This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
Tired of spills and stains on your sofa? WashableSofas.com has your back. Featuring the Anabay collection, the only designer sofa that's machine washable inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly prices. That's right, sofas start at just $699. Enjoy a no-risk experience with pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and changeable slipcovers made with performance fabrics. Experience cloud-like comfort with high-resilience foam that's hypoallergenic and never needs fluffing. The sturdy steel frame ensures longevity, and the modular pieces can be rearranged anytime. Check out WashableSofas.com and get up to 60% off your Anabay sofa, backed by a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not absolutely in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping or restocking fees. Every penny back. Upgrade now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change, and certain restrictions may apply.
Over 300 channels, 0 bills. That's TiVo Plus. Curated movies, new series, and sports highlights. No credit card, no logins, just TV that gets straight to the good stuff. Grab the remote, press play, and start watching TiVo Plus. Free, binge-worthy, always on. Check us out at TiVo.com.
2017, you get a highlight from Carson Wentz. You couldn't find anything from 2024, 2023, 2022.
One of them was 2020.
Well, there was. Was it 2020 in there?
Yeah.
Very good. That was only 5 years ago. That's all. Maybe we'll be able to add to that highlight package after this coming Sunday. It's a game you'll hear on this radio station. Coverage begins at 10. Be here for the boom. No, it's really not a boom anymore, is it? They just kind of pooch the ball down the field. They're not booming it. So PA might need to change that. Matter of fact, he could just go and pooch.
Your speaker on again?
I heard it. I had the montage cranked up. Hold on. I'm excited. I'm not going to change it, so it's I'm not going to waste one of the 3 wishes that it's Sunday noon. Trust me, I got boxing. Here's what my problem tended to be. So I leave the radio station yesterday. I'm feeling good about myself. I'm feeling good. We had another fast-paced, action-packed show. Still celebrating the 20 years that we've worked together. I'm still thinking about that, about how lucky I am to have met you, and everything's just going really well. And I said, well, I'm going to go to the Royal Club and hit some golf balls. So I pull into the Royal Club, and I'm on a telephone call at the same time, and I pull up by the clubhouse because I lost that too at the clubhouse where the carts are. And I finish my phone call, and then I say to myself, well, I don't need to. The driving range is right when you pull in, so I don't need a cart because I'm just going to go hit balls. So I drop the car back into gear, and all of a sudden I get that message from the car. Key remote. Where is it? It's got to be in the car somewhere. That's happened before, right? Has it ever happened to you? You know, you toss your keys on the seat or something.
Sure.
Fall on the side. I tear the car apart. Now, I've not turned off the car yet because, like I say, I was finishing a phone call I was on, and then I decided, well, I don't need to be here. I need to be down by the range. I tear that car apart. I tear my bag apart, my lunch bag apart. I look everywhere in that car. It's nowhere to be found. And it's like, well, I had to have it because I started the car. But all of a sudden, I remember either going into the Lowry or coming out of the Lowry. When I changed lanes, I heard something like metallic slide in the back of my car. And I thought, at the time, I didn't think anything of it. When it happened again a second time, about 2 minutes later, I thought, well, maybe something's in my trunk. So I can't find my car keys. And if you turn off your car, you have one chance to turn it back on. Did you know that? It'll say no key remote, restart your car. So that, like let's say you pulled into you pulled into a desolate road somewhere and you did it, you wouldn't be able to leave. So I'm not going to turn my car off. So I started thinking, what can I do? So I called Greg Swedberg, coroner's office. I said, can you go into the parking ramp where I had my car parked? He goes, yeah, I can do that for you. He goes there. I guide him to where I was parked. He doesn't see anything there. He even walked down the ramp a little ways for me. Did I ever tell you what a great boss Greg Swedberg is, and is he even a better human being that he would take the time to do that? So I called Chris at Mauer. Go, what am I going to do? He goes, you got a spare fob? And I go, I haven't seen it in years, because you get two of them when you buy a car. I've not seen it that I can remember for a long time. He goes, oh yeah, I'll order one, but then it's going to take some time to program, and it might be a day or two. I go, okay. I go home. I tear the house apart. I can't find it. And then as I'm going to the laundry room, which on the way there is the mud room, where you come in from the garage, sitting on the boot bin, you have a wife. How many purses does your wife have?
Hundreds?
Hundreds of purses. And there's like 3 of them there. And I went, it was like a light bulb went off in my head. And I said, last year, 25th anniversary, Door County, we took the car. And I said to my wife, let's take the spare key fob in case we lose the key somewhere. And it was in her purse. Now the problem is on my way here to the radio station, my left rear tire is down to 27 pounds per square inch. Put air in your tire. I don't know what to do. It's 11:15. I've got to get to work. There's no gas stations on 94. Once you get past the one on Lexington, you're donezo, right? And then I can't go get the tire repaired. I got to go to Hinckley for grand Friday night fights. Mille Lacs Band of Ojibwe and the Mille Lacs Band of Ojibwe Department of Athletic Regulation in Grand Casino Hinckley present Friday night fights. I have to leave directly from here to go there. And then another lightning bolt hits me. I go, my brother lives about 2 miles from here, and I bet he's got it. And he had a tire pump, one of those, like you pump up a basketball with. And he let me use it for today. So I'm going to just try to milk that tire up to Hinckley and back. And the moral of the story is tend to be, for the longest time, I made fun of you about keeping your keys in your pocket. You'd go, well, where do you put your keys? You go, well, I keep them in my pocket. Even at home, yeah. What else? You keep your keys, your wallet, your cell phone, your flashlight, your lunch pail, all in your pockets. And I laughed at you and laughed at you and thought that's the stupidest thing I've ever. And everybody else laughed at you because most people take the stuff out of their pockets and set it somewhere so they can be comfortable. And now I think I'm going to keep my key. Here they are right here. Here's that key. I'm putting it in my pocket right now.
I always know where it is.
And when I get into the car, I'm going to put it into my pocket. I've learned another lesson from you. I've learned that I should have a calendar on my phone rather than what Mark Rosen does, and have the one you used to buy at Walgreens or whatever. You open it up, and you write the things into the big square blocks. It was like a little book. I don't use that anymore, and I'm keeping my keys in my pocket. These are the things, and it's just little stuff. It's common.
Can you tell me, Tenna, you were right?
You were right. You were right.
And then our backup key fobs were all in the same spot in the house.
Yeah. Well,
see, because my wife is the same. She's similar to you. Whereas whenever I need to use her car or pull it out of the driveway or take it to go get gas, she has like 4 different locations where it could be. It could be in her coat pocket. Right. It could be in her work bag. It could be in this purse. And she never knows which one it's in. So I have to dig through all of them. I'm like, this really should not be this challenging. Should not be this difficult.
Yeah. I have a lot of challenges in my life. And the thing is, there was another thing that happened was it 2 days ago? I dropped my HSA card, fell out of my pocket. Remember? Over at when I went to go pay for the HSA, it fell out of my pocket. I had to double back, and there it was laying in the parking lot. It's always something. That was in my pocket. And it fell out. And we talked about this yesterday. I've lost my mind. It fell out of my ear, and I don't know where it is. It's somewhere out there. It's a gray, spongy-looking thing, kind of crispy on the edges from Haight-Ashbury days. If you see it, contact me here at the Fan. The montage was there. It's a big one on Sunday. Plenty of other things to get to as well. And you also taught me the proper way to peel a banana. Those are the 3 things.
Life lessons.
Life lessons you've given me. We'll break. We'll come back with a little Distant Light. You're the man.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
Let's be real. Life happens. Kids spill. Pets shed. And accidents are inevitable. Find a sofa that can keep up at washablesofas.com. Starting at just $699, our sofas are fully machine washable inside and out. So you can say goodbye to stains and hello to worry-free living. Made with liquid and stain-resistant fabrics. They're kid-proof, pet-friendly, and built for everyday life. Plus, changeable fabric covers let you refresh your sofa whenever you want. Need flexibility? Our modular design lets you rearrange your sofa anytime to fit your space, whether it's a growing family room or a cozy apartment. Plus, they're earth-friendly and trusted by over 200,000 happy customers. It's time to upgrade to a stress-free, mess-proof sofa. Visit washablesofas.com today and save. That's washablesofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
Tired of flipping through apps to find something good? Meet TiVo Plus, your one-stop free streaming network, no credit card required. With over 300 free channels, you get binge-worthy movies from action and comedy to indie and award winners. Plus top TV shows, live news, sports highlights, and family programming all in one place. Watch live or on demand right from your home screen. Free, no sign-ups, no fees, just press play. That's TiVo Plus. Free, binge-worthy, and always on. Check us out at TiVo.com.
Hey, what's up? It's Mario Lopez. Back to school is an exciting time, but it can also be overwhelming, and kids may feel isolated, a vulnerability that human traffickers can exploit. Human trafficking doesn't always look like what you expect. Everyday moments can become opportunities for someone with bad intentions. Whether you're a parent, teacher, coach, or neighbor, check in, ask questions, stay connected. Blue Campaign is a national awareness initiative that provides resources to help recognize suspected instances of human trafficking. Learn the signs and how to report at dhs.gov/Blue Campaign.
Hey, Rubes, this football season, Bell Bank is giving one KFAN listener each week $1,000 to pay it forward to a charity of their choice. Just head over to KFAN.com, keyword contest to learn more and enter today. That's KFAN.com, keyword contest.
Couple 13-14 past. I'm Common. He's 10 of B. No Mark Rosen today. It is a Friday, though, and no Lil B either. She is out today. But we will play Program Password. 10 of B, did you say Tiffany Amber Thiessen was going to be with us?
I would take her.
Along with Peter Parker, who, of course, is the alter ego of Spider-Man. And then I think it was Kevin Gorg. Did I have that right?
Kevin Gorg will be here.
Okay.
And then Taylor Heisey of the Minnesota Frost.
Taylor Heisey.
And Parker Fox. Former Golden Gopher.
Not Peter Parker.
Does Wolves fan line.
Yeah, very good. Also,
he's one of like 30 guests of the Power Trip.
He's also engaged. Power Trip. He's also engaged to be married to.
Well, that's who was here today.
Correct.
Yeah, Taylor Heisey.
Yes. So, and I thought he was engaged to be married to. Was it Grace
Zumwinkle?
Grace Zumwinkle. She laughed uproariously. And then I had to ask her at the fair, I said, "Wait, do you think it's funny? You don't like him?" She goes, "Oh, I love him, but it's just not me."
I always love that one.
So that's coming up at 1:30 right now.
And they'll play against each other today. So
really?
Yeah, fiance versus fiance.
Sweet. It's time for a peek at the purple, brought to you by our friends at Affordable Electric. We're counting down the days. I saw another story today. If you are planning to buy an EV, you have until the last day of this month to get that $7,500 tax rebate, and then you'll need a 240-volt charger in your house. They can install that for you. The folks at Affordable Electric. Nick and his crew are terrific. Affordable for all of your electrical needs. Affordable-electric.com. Affordable-electric.com. Electric. And remember, affordable electric is shockingly affordable. We've talked purple to death, I guess, this week. Everything's pretty much out in the open there, Tennessee. We have the battle of the backups. That's the lead story. Our franchise quarterback, or soon to be, or hoping to be, whatever you want to call him. He's supposed to be our quarterback for the next 10, 15, 20 years. He's played 4 quarters. One was really good. The other 4 were not so good, particularly the 4 against the Falcons were just awful. He's out. Carson Wentz, we talked about it. We kind of, after the montage, I said the only highlights you have are from 2017. You said there was one from 2020 mixed in. And that's part of the issue. Carson's played with, when he takes the field Sunday, I think it would be like the first quarterback ever, or the first in the Super Bowl era, or whatever it is, to start a game for 6 different teams in 6 consecutive seasons. I mean, he's have backup will travel. He says all the right things. He's excited. He always, he followed the Vikings. He played in North Dakota, blah, 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 blah. But, he's going to have the same issues that J.J. McCarthy had, and that he's going to have an offensive line that has not lived up to expectations. And there's injuries there. We get that. Darisaw out. Schooley, I don't know what his situation is. He was under the concussion protocol. Fry's concussion protocol. So we could have we had a second string center and a third string left tackle at the end of last game, and I'm expecting those guys to probably be starting this week. So you have trouble there. We have a 1-2 punch at running back. We thought Aaron Jones out. Addison's still on suspension.
One more to go.
And then where are Cashman still out? What about Gink? What about our other guys?
Cash is out for a little bit. Right. He was placed at IR.
Right. But I'm just saying, mentioning it's another player that's out. I know he's been out already, but I'm just saying another starter that's out. And then is it
Gink? I thought I saw was limited, but I'll look to make sure if I can remember correctly.
So anyway, and especially on the offensive side of the ball, there are issues there.
Gink was limited. He's got a concussion.
So, especially on the offensive side of the ball, there are, and the coach said all the right stuff. O'Connell, no one's, every team is going through this to certain degrees. It just happens. You were almost like a seer, because when we were previewing the season, you had said we've been pretty injury free the last few years. You would just think that maybe, just by odds, the odds are no guarantee. You might be healthy again, that we might not have that kind of luck health wise, and we haven't. No. Obviously, this has been a bad year for it. So Cincinnati,
and we've only just begun.
Carpenter's 1970. I think it went to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. So now again, Burrow is out. Browning, who was on this roster for a while, beat us when he had to come in for Burrow once, and we talked about it yesterday. Guys should never gotten rid of me, and then he had to apologize. I didn't mean it that bad. I shouldn't have done it, taken away from the team. And I'm not talking about any of the current guys or the franchise. I'm just about the coaches that had me before. So I mean, do you think do you agree with this? The quarterback edge, I think, goes to Cincinnati. I think Browning's
sure. I mean, he's had more action in recent years and more success.
Yeah, exactly. And so,
he's been in that offense now for a couple of years. Carson's been here for a month, not even a month, 3 weeks.
Correct. Exactly. I was going to take my keys out of my pocket and put them back in. No! So, and then with the injuries, again, Cincinnati, the last 2 seasons, they got off to really slow starts, right?
Yeah.
Now, are they...
They're 2-0.
They're 2-0. But they've not been like a juggernaut either, right? Didn't they?
Well, I think they've not had to play challenging teams.
That's what
so
I thought.
Far.
And
the Browns last week.
Yeah, and that was even a close game, wasn't it? Now again, home state rival, in-state rival, that whole thing. But I don't look as
Well, the Browns are week 1. They beat them by 1 point, 17-16. And then they beat Jacksonville last week, 31-27.
So I don't look at Cincinnati as Buffalo, Baltimore, Green Bay, you name the...
Especially without Burrow.
Right. You name the best teams in the league. So, yeah.
Well, you look at Cincinnati's schedule. At Minnesota this week, at Denver, home to Detroit, at Green Bay. That's a pretty challenging 4-week stretch, especially when you're not going to have Burrow.
Yeah. So to me, this is, even with home field advantage, it's a coin flip game to me. And because of the quarterback edge, I'm thinking maybe I'd have Cincinnati the fade. You know what? I really think that Carson Wentz, he's really excited to play for the Vikings. He's got friends and family coming. He's always wanted to play for the Purple. I think he's going to resurrect his career here in Minnesota. We'll see. Be here for the Pooch. A kickoff is scheduled for noon. A pregame starts at 10.
I will say there's a lot going against Carson Wentz, right? We've already talked about 6 years with 6 different teams. He wasn't on a roster until...
That's correct.
Till 3 weeks ago, so he's not that highly coveted. He's jumping into a situation here where a couple offensive linemen hurt, running backs hurt, some guys in the defense. There's a lot of reason to believe he could fail. The only thing I'm clinging on to, and there's really no connection here, but it's just kind of the Minnesota sports fan in me. We've had journeyman, old veteran quarterbacks come in and do well here before. Yeah. So there's something in the water here. Maybe that's the only hope I'm clinging to.
Randall Cunningham took us to a NFC Championship game. It wasn't just him, but he was instrumental. We had Case Keenum. So there have been and Sam Darnold.
I mean, Jeff George had some decent years.
Sam Darnold. So it has happened before. Peek at the Purple brought to you by our friends at Affordable Electric. Affordable-electric.com is the place to visit them for all of your electrical needs. Short break. Come back with more Common Man program here on The Fan.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
There's nothing like sinking into luxury. At WashableSofas.com, you'll find the Anabay sofa, which combines ultimate comfort and design at an affordable price. And get this, it's the only sofa that's fully machine washable from top to bottom, starting at only $699. The stain-resistant performance fabric slipcovers and cloud-like frame duvet can go straight into your wash. Perfect for anyone with kids, pets, or anyone who loves an easy-to-clean, spotless sofa. With a modular design and changeable slipcovers, you can customize your sofa to fit any space and style. Whether you need a single chair, love seat, or a luxuriously large sectional, Anabay has you covered. Visit WashableSofas.com to upgrade your home. Right now, you can shop up to 60% off store-wide with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Add a little to your life. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
Looking for entertainment everyone will love? TiVo Plus has you covered with over 300 free channels. From movies for family night to kids shows, live news, sports, and your favorite TV series all in one place. No sign-ups, no credit card required. Just turn on and enjoy. And with new channels and fresh content added all the time, there's always something to watch. TiVo Plus. Free, binge-worthy, and always on. Check us out at TiVo.com.
Hey, what's up? It's Mario Lopez. Back to school is an exciting time, but it can also be overwhelming, and kids may feel isolated, a vulnerability that human traffickers can exploit. Human trafficking doesn't always look like what you expect. Everyday moments can become opportunities for someone with bad intentions. Whether you're a parent, teacher, coach, or neighbor, Check in, ask questions, stay connected. Blue Campaign is a national awareness initiative that provides resources to help recognize suspected instances of human trafficking. Learn the signs and how to report at dhs.gov/Blue Campaign.
Week 3 of Vikings football kicks off this Sunday as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Pre-game starts at 10 a.m. Catch every touchdown, every sack, and every game-changing play right here on the audio home for Minnesota Vikings football, KFAN, and on the go with the free iHeartRadio app.
Couple 13-14 pass, Common Man program. I'm Common East Tennessee. As mentioned, no Lil B today. Did you put together 5-3-4?
I did, yes.
You're the very best. That's why we've been together 20 years. We just work. We're in lockstep. We're in sync. Wasn't that the name of a band? In Sync.
That's a boy band.
Boy band. In Sync. But anywho, no Lil B today, so we'll do 5-3-4 top of the hour, and then as mentioned, little program password at the bottom of the hour at 1 o'clock, as we always do. Tennessee, I was, the power rankings always fascinate me. I don't know why they do, and something went wrong. It says try again later. So there goes that bit. Why would it not allow me to pull up my power rankings? I subscribe to your... This is what annoys me. You subscribe to things, then all of a sudden it says something went wrong. Please try again later. Nothing went wrong. I saved the story. I clicked it to come on, and it's not there. The Athletics sometimes. They had Green Bay as a number 1 team in the National Football League. We talked a little bit about this yesterday, and the Vikings, after they had the win, but then the loss. I don't remember where they were mired down somewhere in the 20s.
Yeah,
23, 24, which is quite the fall from grace, particularly when you were 14-3 last season. Now, we know we lost Sammy Darnold, but everyone's bought into the quarterback whisperer thing. And McCarthy, we know what his pre-NFL record was as a quarterback. He was like 60-3. He lost 1 high school game and 2 college, or was it 2 high school, 1 college? Regardless, it was just 3 losses in his entire career. Looked like it was going to be a 4th and 0-1 in the National Football League, and then we saw what happened in the 4th quarter against the Bears, and then when we saw what happened against the Falcons, which it was just from start to finish. It never felt like there was really anything going. They had the one nice pass just before halftime, where I don't recall, was it Jefferson hit the long pass, set us up for a field goal, and you said, okay, well, at least something to build upon. Sometimes, you get a spark at the end of a half, and it carries over to the second half, and it did not do that. So they're about probably where they should be, but it's interesting because going into the season, now maybe not nationally, but certainly here locally, we felt pretty good about where the Purple had been, where they were going, and where they were at. Meanwhile, the Packers, it all changed when they traded for Micah Parsons, because they were considered, they were considered one of, a playoff caliber team, but in all these preseason procrastinations from across the country, I didn't see, maybe 1 or 2 was predicting great things for Green Bay. The others were, that still looks like they're a little behind Minnesota and Detroit, probably playing for a wild card spot, blah, blah, blah. Now, after 2 very convincing wins against 2 playoff teams from last year, they opened and they dominated Detroit at Curly. I watched the entire game. Detroit never, even though I think early they kind of kept it in, you never felt that Detroit was hitting on all cylinders, and that was due in large part. Again, new offensive coordinator, new pieces on the offensive line. That's part of it, but it had more to do with Green Bay's defense, I think, than anything else.
They look like they have one of the best defenses in football.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you saw that again on, was it Thursday night game, when they beat Washington, which was a participant in the NFC Championship game last year. So as much as it pains me to say,
just for the record, Mark Rosen scoffed at me when I suggested the Vikings should be interested in Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Right? Because people too often look at like needs.
Yeah.
Where are your needs? And that's what you have to fill your needs,
correct.
right? And they go, well, we got Jonathan Grenard and we got Andrew Van Ginkel and Dallas Turner's a young guy. It doesn't appear as if we have needs. You got to get impact players.
Correct.
Just because you're good at a spot doesn't mean you can't be great at a spot. It's the most important position on defense.
Yes.
He's a game changer. And clearly he's already elevated a Packers defense that was fine and solid to looking like they're one of the best in football.
Good is the enemy of great.
That is correct.
Where have you heard
I like
that before?
I love that.
That's the coroner's office. That's one of his favorites. I think he got it from Lombardi. Or is it Guy Lombardo? One of the two. Good is the enemy of great. Well, we're good in that spot. Well, don't we want to be great there? So I do tend to agree with you. I mean, when it was first mentioned that Parsons was on the trade block, I love getting Rosen going, and I just do the old. My sources are telling me Lions are looking to get him. And then, of course, Rosen, yeah. And he's thinking deep down, if they get Micah Parsons and they have Aiden Hutchinson and both of those guys, there's trouble. Okay. Now, did you find my keys? Oh. Am I in trouble?
Am I on the air now?
Well, yeah, we're on the air.
Oh.
Am I in trouble?
No, I just want to show you something. Yeah, it's for your show.
Oh, it's for now. We're on the air,
I know.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I was standing in the hall.
Oh, well, you know me. I have an open door policy here.
Yeah.
So just wait, and
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
Oh, is it good or bad?
It's pretty good.
Oh, really? I wish I could go to break, but we got a long time till break.
What? Let's get another break this hour.
We could straddle. No, we can't straddle.
Well, no, we shouldn't. We could.
We could.
Is it that important?
No.
Oh. Okay, then we'll just then.
Just do your show.
Okay.
I'll watch.
Okay,
It sounds like he's going to make you an offer you can't refuse. Is what it sounds like.
I don't know what he's got something up his sleeve. He actually went down. I said, "You have to do me a really big favor," and he went to the parking ramp and looked for my car keys that I thought just fell off the roof or something like that.
Chad Abbott wouldn't do that.
Chad Abbott
Lil B wouldn't do that.
Lil B wouldn't do that.
No.
I don't know if you would have done that.
No.
Yeah,
probably not.
But Greg Swedberg did. That was nice of me because I can do that for you. And he actually looked around. I appreciated that. What were we just talking about?
Oh, you're talking about Packers, Micah Parsons.
Oh, yeah. So,
how good the Lions would look if they had him.
So I mentioned that, I really didn't have a source, but I liked saying to Rosen, my sources tell me Detroit's going hard after Micah Parsons just to get a rise out of him, right? Remember what Bill Guerin said yesterday? Somebody could be, he goes, people make stuff up all the time and I believe that. I believe I really don't. I do it just for a bit, but there are young guys out there that I think they're trying to make a name for himself in the sports talk or the sports media business. So they come up with, all you have to say is, well, I have a source, because guess what? If you say, who's your source? You requested anonymity. Can't give up my source. So you can just throw stuff out there like we did back remember when was it just before the NBA draft or the trade deadline? Well, we we just concocted a trade. We said, sources are telling us it was the Wolves in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Within about, half hour, there was a sports talk show in Phoenix saying we've heard from good authority in the NBA that there's this trade. It was
they acted like their own source.
Yeah, their own source. It was the exact trade we were saying. It was just so those kinds of things do happen all the time. At least Guerin believes it, and I don't know how frequently it happens. I mean, I was accused of it once. Remember when I said Favre was not going to play? He'd been ruled out, and I had people say, "Well, you're making that up to prop up sagging ratings. Why would you make stuff up like that?" Of course, 20 minutes later, it ended up being a true story. But there is that fight for being first. Schefter and not Garoppolo. What's his name?
Ian Rappaport?
Rappaport. Well, they both have two P's in their names. Rappaport, Garoppolo, whoever these people are, they're always trying to, they want to break news. That's how I guess that's what they hang their hat on. If I get the story first, it's a feather in their cap. They hang their hat with a feather in their cap. So they have them both. See, but I agree with you wholeheartedly. It goes back. Remember when Bonus said, "I don't think Ohtani would really fit our club." You said about the Twins. Remember that? It's like
can't make that up.
Well, even if you had Palmer, I'm going to go back to the best pitching staff I ever saw as a kid from Baltimore. The four guys all won 20 games in the same season. Palmer, Cuellar, McNally, Dobson for the Orioles. If you had that starting staff and said you could add Ohtani, well, you would do it. You don't care. You will make room for him, right? It's unless you've got Pat Mahomes or Josh Allen or someone that is considered great. I don't think you go fishing for a quarterback. But otherwise, you can't have too much talent, and that's why.
Well, the Chiefs are a good example, though, of at the time they drafted Pat Mahomes, they had Alex Smith. Yep. They were winning games. They were a playoff team. Yep. But they go, well, this guy's generational. Yeah. They moved up to get him, and they got him. Yeah.
Well, and that's why my argument all along when Green Bay selected Jordan Love, and much to the chagrin of Rodgers, and he pouted, and everybody thought, we're just a wide receiver away from winning it all. And I've said it 13, 14 times, hundreds of times. I'll say it again. You're the caretaker of the organization. If you see a guy that you think is a franchise changing player, you go get him. That's what you just have to do, because even if you end up not needing him, you can use him as a trade piece too. You just get the best. It is the best player available. I know there are certain situations where if you think you're stacked and loaded and ready to compete, right? And you're thinking we're an edge rusher away, or we're a center away, a defensive back. Well, then you might take a chance in the draft and say, you know what, we think this guy's better, but we really don't. We really need that one piece. I think you do that, but otherwise, I tend to agree with what you said. What I think a lot of people
Vikings didn't need Randy Moss when they drafted him. They were not. They were good at wide receiver.
They were very good, but if you see somebody that you think can be, not just a better than average player, a franchise changing player, somebody that
at a reasonable cost.
At a reasonable cost, you do it. I mean, if you'll remember, once they drafted Moss, I think Green Bay for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 drafts selected defensive backs with their first and second round pick every year, going, we got to find guys that can cover him.
And then 10 years later, those same defensive backs were jumping and diving out of the way of Adrian Peterson.
Hold on. See how 20 years together, how that works? But nobody recognized it.
And we didn't need Adrian at the time. Chester Taylor had a good year the year before.
Chester Taylor will score 3 touchdowns and go off for 160 yards. One of my greatest Nostracommonus.
Other than Troy Gloss.
Troy Gloss, right.
Yeah, off of Brad Radke. That is your best prediction,
yeah,
yes.
That was pretty good. Yes.
Why don't you make predictions anymore?
Oh, you want to make a prediction?
Well, the Open would take us to the Open for Nostracommonus would take us. Let me think it over. I don't know what prediction I want to make. I go ahead.
Do you want the long opener?
Yeah, oh gosh, yeah.
He is the all-seeing, the all-knowing. He predicted the Twins would win the World Series in 1991. He predicted in spring training that Torrey Hunter would leave as a free agent. We also remember numerous other predictions. The Brad Radke home runs.
I'll take Gloss with a 2-run shot. I say by 6:21, Radke gives up a homer.
Pitch on the way, Rock deep center field, heading for the Windows Restaurant. It's up, and there she goes, off Windows Restaurant. A mammoth 2-run home run for Troy Gloss.
Chester Taylor's big day.
Here is my prediction. Vikings will run roughshod over the Raiders. They won't miss Adrian Peterson. Chester Taylor will run for 160 yards minimum and 3 TDs.
Touchdown! 3 rushing rushing touchdowns for Chester Taylor today.
And the Vikings rout of the Giants.
You heard it here first. Vikings will beat the Giants. Vikings in a rout.
And it's a touchdown! 3 defensive touchdowns today for the Vikings, and the blowout is on.
It's time now on the Fan for another Nostracommonus psychic reading. And now, here he is, the seer with no fear, Nostracommonus.
If Dave Allen got more time on your show than you get on your show.
I'm about to predict why Greg Swedberg is in this room. Why he came here to tell me something about my show. He looked at the expiration date. It was 4 years ago. He didn't really look at it closely. Expired. And I've just expired. That's my prediction. I hope I'm wrong.
Sounds accurate to me.
Yeah.
Do you have a break coming up?
Yeah, in about 5 minutes.
Well, I was going to say, otherwise we could find out after the break.
I'll wait for after the break. I really don't have a prediction either, but you know what?
Well, you're wrong, by the way. So,
well, the gloss one was the best because, Radke, as everyone remembers, had a penchant for giving up first inning home runs. So we did a bet, and the 621, it went over the fence at 620. I mean, it literally, because we were picking the times because
it was a 2-run homer.
Yeah, it was a 2-run homer. It was a 6 o'clock start in Toronto. We said, well, they got to introduce the lineups, the first pitch, this and that, and Twins are going to have to bat first. And then Glaus did it, and then the Chester Taylor one is still the best. That was just making fun of PA. Because he had said just before we went on the air that Chester Taylor was going to run for, I think he said for over
150 and 2, I think.
And 2.
Yeah.
So I just took it another.
You one-upped him.
Yeah, I just wanted to one-up him, and I said, he'll run for 160 and 3 tutties, and he ran for 160 yards and 3 touchdowns. Exactly. I mean, it was just perfect.
You've got to be kidding me.
We kept that secret forever. That prediction was just, that was accidental. I kind of just had I not been listening to PA. That's why you played I always loved that one.
Yes.
Because
I knew the inside joke.
You knew the inside joke, and sure enough.
The joke was only for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it became true. So, and I'm getting a lot of text messages. You know how everybody's always in love with the backup quarterback when the starting quarterback is struggling, right? Everybody becomes a fan. Back in the days here, I remember all the year we used to have a few. It was Gannon and Salisbury. Everybody, if Salisbury was starting and he played bad, everybody, I got to get Gannon. And if Gannon started, Salisbury's got to be in there. There was also Bobby Lee and
Gary Quazzo,
I think it was. And then wasn't it Snead and Quazzo too?
Yeah, it was Snead.
Snead and Quazzo. So you always had 2 quarters. Now everybody wants Max Brosmer.
Yeah, I was going to say, a quarter in on Sunday will be clamoring for
everybody
Brosmer.
wants, and I think because they like the Brosmers. I don't even think it's so much the Gopher angle. That's part of it. But I think they just like the Brosmer story. He went to New Hampshire for like 5-6 years. And he's got to get an undergraduate degree, so he's still eligible to play football, I guess. And he transfers here, and he has a really good season for the Gophers. Plays well. PA thinks he's the second or third smartest person he's ever met. He's majoring in biomedical science or something like that. He might be able to use him with the training staff because we've got a lot of injuries there with kinesiology. I think is what he's specializing in. And I wouldn't mind seeing the Brosmer kid either. It's a great story.
I want to see what he's got against first teamers. Because all we've seen is preseason against third stringers, and it's hard to really know. But he looked good in that setting.
Yeah.
I think I figured out why Swedberg's in here, by the way. It took me a while to figure it out. He obviously is here to tell us about the celebration we're going to have for the 20-year anniversary of the Common Man program. I'm sure there's gifts involved, some way to honor us.
You know how the power trip goes to Las Vegas like every other week?
Yeah.
You guys, we might put you on a bus to Iowa.
How about Staples Motley? I like the Twin Cities of Staples Motley.
What about a ground round?
Ooh, would you be willing to do an appearance at a ground round?
So I'm doing ground round appearances, and I'm getting paid handsomely for them. It is the greatest thing ever, hanging out with drunken rubes, and all of a sudden some guy calls into the Chad and Barrero show because I'm riding shotgun there, and he goes, why doesn't he come to the Ground Round of Mankato and the one in St. Cloud? And then, of course, Chad and Barrero goes, yeah, maybe you ought to do that. Well, Ground Round catches wind and says, that's a great idea. So the next thing you know, I've got to get on the bus with a bunch of rubes, and then I got to
wish we had that call still.
We do.
Oh, I bet we do. I can find it.
Oh. Well, here's what's interesting. It was I left a message for one of the two of them. There was either Chad or Barrero, and then somebody took the commercial I did and spliced it with the phone call. So it's like I got to get on the bus or the join comment as we go to, because I had to sound excited about it. And
here it is.
You and your clown partner, I got to drive to the Ground Round in Brooklyn Center, get on a bus with 45 idiots, drive an hour and a half to St. Cloud, watch a game I don't care about, get back in a bus with 45 drunken idiots, and drive back to Minneapolis and not get back to town till about 1:30 in the morning. What do you think of that? The more I think about it, the more pissed I am about it. Can't I just live my own life? Why can't you people leave me alone? I'm bored of both of you guys.
I know why you did it.
The universal language, money. And it really wasn't as bad as, I wanted to do the bit for because that's where we met all the greats. The Steelers guys is, the officiating guys is, the Bill Bates guys is, they all came. And we went with 45, only came back with 44 because Vomit Guy didn't come back. We took a head count. We waited like 20 minutes and couldn't find him, so we just left. To this day, no one knows where Vomit Guy is. Oh, we're going to break, and I'm going to find out. And then we've got 534 top of the hour, and then program password. And again, Teneby, remind me, who do we have now for program? I can't remember.
Kevin Gorg,
okay,
and Taylor Heisey of the Minnesota Frost, and then her fiance will be your teammate, Parker Fox.
Parker Fox, very good. We'll break. We'll come back with a little This, That, Lad. You got a tease for us?
Yeah, have they been cheating on the tush push?
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
Time for a sofa upgrade? Visit WashableSofas.com and discover Anabay, where designer style meets budget-friendly prices, with sofas starting at $699. Anabay brings you the ultimate in furniture innovation with a modular design that allows you to rearrange your space effortlessly. Perfect for both small and large spaces, Anabay is the only machine-washable sofa inside and out. Say goodbye to stains and messes with liquid and stain-resistant fabrics that make cleaning easy. Liquid simply slides right off. Designed for custom comfort, our high-resilience foam lets you choose between a sink-in feel or a supportive memory foam blend. Plus, our pet-friendly, stain-resistant fabrics ensure your sofa stays beautiful for years. Don't compromise quality for price. Visit WashableSofas.com to upgrade your living space today with no-risk returns and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Get up to 60% off plus free shipping and free returns. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
TiVo Plus gives you 300 plus channels of movies, shows, sports, even kids' favorites, all free. And no, we don't want your credit card. Watch live, watch on demand, watch in your PJs eating pizza. It's all right there on your TiVo home screen. With so much variety from comedy and action to live news and family programming, you'll never run out of options. TiVo Plus. Free, binge-worthy, and always on. Check us out at TiVo.com.
Hey, what's up? It's Mario Lopez. Back to school is an exciting time, but it can also be overwhelming, and kids may feel isolated, a vulnerability that human traffickers can exploit. Human trafficking doesn't always look like what you expect. Everyday moments can become opportunities for someone with bad intentions. Whether you're a parent, teacher, coach, or neighbor, check in, ask questions, stay connected. Blue Campaign is a national awareness initiative that provides resources to help recognize suspected instances of human trafficking. Learn the signs and how to report at dhs.gov/Blue Campaign.